Hi guys, so it's 1 second. It's 4:14, so it's 4 past 14 a.m. in the morning, and I was called to do this reading. So let's dive into what uh, my collective needs to know regarding the shift that we have. So now since if you guys do not know, I need to tell you because Saturn is moving through Pisces and Mean Rashi also you call it. So Saturn is moving through Pisces and it is right now moving through the nakshatra of Revati, uh, which is like the last nakshatra, which also talks about the deity Pushan, who is like a who's like a cattle or stock uh, herder, what you call it, like basically people who are directing the herd. The stocks are going like, so the cattle. So this deity is said to be guiding them so that no uh, they are not being attacked uh, by the prey or uh, by an animal is that it is prey to. So basically, this particular nakshatra carries, this is a kind of a metaphor, the cattle. So basically, these are about the soul that is being guided towards the other side of the life. So which is being dealing about the moksha, or which is dealing with the enlightenment, like being enlightened while you are going through this life process. So for all the collectives, because uh, mainly my readings are more based on love and relationships, and also it is dealing with some sort of career challenges, career guidance, and also with family related or any kind of litigation in the family, and what you need to know regarding how to mm, uh, how to move through that, how to traverse through that transition, and what is the learning, and what you need to what are the take on what are the takeaways, and how you need to take on with this energies wherein you are dealing with a toxic family member or a narcissist in your family, and similar kind of things, right? So most of the people deal in their day-to-day life wherein they feel limited or challenged by their own people are supposedly who are supposed who are supposedly should be helping them out, or are in charge to give them the love and support. So how this like right now Saturn is retrograding Pisces. So Saturn is retrograde in the Pisces, which happened on 27th July, which was 2-3 days back. So for if it's since this is also going to be a timeless message and a video, so in case you land upon this video another year or another part of the year, so let me tell you this, that this is being shooted in July 2026. So when Saturn is retrograde in Revati nakshatra, which is the last nakshatra of Pisces. So how is this transition going to help you? And this video is going to be specifically more attuned or in alignment for people who are Revati Nakshatra or even Meen Rashi or like Pisces Nakshatra. So how this is going to help you if you're going through a breakup or a separation, or if you were expecting for a partner, or you were expecting for a person in your life uh, to return, like someone from your past to return in your life, and you were waiting for them to arrive or come and join hands with you uh, in your journey, so that you can traverse this. So how is this related with Saturn going through this transition, like retrograde? So what happens in retrograde motion is like Saturn is coming in retrograde, and it will be there up till I think 24th of December, somewhere around third week of December. So how this is going to impact your relationship, or your understanding of yourself and others, or your understanding of yourself in the relationship, how you see the other person and yourself, and how you look at this whole relationship itself, or how you see yourself as a part of this mutual mutual uh, mutual give and take, where whether the relationship is just something that you do not is not on a social dice like a marriage, or it is just like for the two of you, which is in a private setting, like not in the eyes of the social acceptance. So how is this relationship, how are we going to look at this from the perspective of Saturn coming retrograde? So what happens in retrograde is any energy, any whenever a planet is retrograde, the energy is moving inwards. So whereas let's take an example, whereas Mars is going direct. Mars is all about action, taking action, being passionate, taking action, or some sort of fighting, or putting up a fight, or putting up a show, hustling. If you're seeing Mars in in a work scenario, then this person is all about doing that outer motion wherein he is hustling, he is going to the meetings, he's talking to people, he's attending seminars and things like that. Okay, so he's going out and there. Okay, so whereas when Mars is retrograde in a person's chart, it is like this person in a person's chart, while it's native, like when the person's Mars is retrograde in the natal chart, which is like when he was born, or else let's just talk in terms of a scenario. Okay, so you can put it both ways. So when Mars is retrograde, then this same Mars energy, which is the fire, because we need fire to do something, like this fire can be in terms of how you feel about taking action towards your goals and your commitments. Whereas when Mars goes retrograde, what happens is like this energy move inwards. So this person will be more towards research, and so this person will be more towards research, building strategies around in your work sphere, doing the research, doing that long driven, you know, like let's say there's an entrepreneur who has this Mars retrograde. So this person will go through minute level details and going through a lot of research and some strategy building and things like that. So also the meetings will be internalized, in the sense that although you will be meeting people, and this can also represent meeting in the virtual space. So you might be meeting mentors and gurus in the virtual space, and at the same time This mass these meetings will not be in the more known to people, more known to your family or your community in which you live, your society, your people around in where you put up. So those people will not be knowing about your actual community. So this will be kind of much in the hidden sphere. And also Mars energy will go inwards. So your passion and drive will be only known to you, rather than it will not be in this. You will not be in the highlights or in the hotspot. Like it will not be in the you will not be in the spotlight, sorry, hotspot I said it by mistake. So basically you'll not be in the limelight or the spotlight, right? So I got confused with that. So now let's talk about Saturn in retrograde motion. What happens? So while Saturn represents time and karma, so obviously Saturn is the planet that brings karma on the surface. So while uh, Pisces itself represent like a foreign land, Pisces represents everything to do with your subconscious mind, your hidden talent, and your inner fears. While Pisces also represents your your talents, your strengths also in that way, in terms of what skills do you have. Apart from that, Pisces represent, since it is the nakshatra of uh, sorry, it's the zodiac sign of Jupiter, the second zodiac sign of the Jupiter, first being Sagittarius. So Pisces rules. mm, uh, so Pisces will rule things like more towards the spiritual side of religion. So while Sagittarius may represent hardcore religion, like following a certain path, like Hinduism or Buddhism or uh, Islam, whatever religion that you belong to. So while Sagittarius is more about following a certain path, a strict limited rules and regulation, Pisces is more about giving it a freedom, uh, wherein you go and explore other cultures, uh, other cultural richness. So basically expanding the horizons of your knowledge and wisdom from the lens of looking at other cultures. So that's why it represents foreign lands. So like how you understand your own religion and you understand your own divinity, God, his religion, spirituality, from the lens of other cultures. So you will see people going towards tarot. Like let's say it's talking about India, people are mainly into astrology, have been mainly into astrology from a long time. Like Vedic astrology belongs to this land, so astrology came from this land of India. So you'll see people going and moving towards tarot and other occultism. So wherein they'll be more pulled and they'll be more introduced to tarot, things like tarot, which is something belonging to a foreign culture, because it has roots in Egyptian, as well as it has roots in, I think, Egypt and England, right? So London, like England, of obviously, UK, Britain. So and also people also associate it to Afghani, like UAE and all that. So there's some, like even tarot people, those people have picked up certain Afghani culture as well, like how they use certain runes and things like that. Something from their culture is also mixed with this, since they all belong to the Gulf region, uh, the northern Asian countries. So yeah, so how is Saturn. So, like I told you, what does Pisces mean? Pisces also mean understanding God not from the eyes of the rituals and the more which was these are the my like more orthodox, more fixated understanding of religion and God, whereas Pisces is more towards giving it a freedom, a thread, which is not a closed-ended, which is more like an open-ended reality wherein you have the option to explore and find out more towards going more inwards towards your own, like exploring things in isolation, meditations and things like that. More about following gurus who talk more about uh, occulticism from like tantra, or nowadays you people would go on YouTube and see chakra meditations or something related to reiki, or even ASMR healing, or mm, uh, alpha wave, certain frequency healing, sound healing and all that kind of stuff, so which is more towards a more scientific, yet more things which are more towards the Western culture, which are or a foreign culture, which are not directly associated with, although chakras find roots in Hinduism as well, but still there's more research done on those things on the other countries also, like Japan and those kind of countries also do a lot of scientific or modern philosophy and understanding and scientific procedures where these kind of healing techniques are being used. So from my own understanding, what I believe is like Pisces is about exploring spirituality from inwards to outwards, so going within and getting the understanding of why things weren't working, why what expectations you had from God or yourself, looking at your life, like how you were not doing well from the perspective of your career or your relationships, so going inwards and finding answers. So that is about Pisces. That's the reason Pisces belongs to the natural 12th house, which also natural, like 12th house represents things like isolation, or even people go to prison. So but anyway, that's like the negative side of it. Let's say about the positive side of the 12th house is blessings, because the natural talent that you have, the natural uh, qualities or skills that you have is also a blessing from the God. So that's why it represents blessings, and it also represents how you move, basically how you think and how you act, because it's 12th to the first house, and 12th house to any house is loss. So first house is your personality, whereas 12th is like loss, so how you move. So although you have a certain personality that is visible to people, but there are certain ways how you move, so it's kind of different, like it's more about the subconscious. That's why 12th house is subconscious, while first house can be your conscious active movement or direction of uh, how you're usually being seen to act or behave in a certain way that defines your personality, whereas 12th house is more of your inner world, your subconscious, which is a lot different, because you tend to not always project it. It is something that is your inner world and you keep it to yourself. So 12th house, so like Pisces, when Saturn is going uh, over the Pisces, so obviously you see people exploring different cultures and different you will see there will be a lot of reform going on into a lot of countries, government or political structure. So there will be a lot of reform, like we had reform in Nepal, and then now there was protest by Gen Z in India, and the government is getting reformed. Like the norms are getting changed, like the lawyer community, the advocates were supporting the protest, and a lot of other communities like farmers and even people who were anti BJP or anti Modi were supporting the protest. So we already are seeing a lot of reform. Obviously, there were also
Adios, amigo. Powering on.
there were also protests against uh, there were also protests against sorry, what's the name, like I think just getting out of my head. I'll Google it 1 second. It's just there and I just cannot, it's just not coming on my tongue, not coming on my mind. So it's such a common name and still it's, so 1 second. Everyone knows him and he's like, just I'm just missing out on the name. 1 second. Trump. Like I was just not coming on because like Trump is from T, but I was just getting that like it was starting from W, so it was not W but it was T. So Donald Trump, right? So there was some confusion in my mind. So we had a lot of protests going against Donald Trump, the U.S. president. So yes, so you have these reforms going on in the political structure of the country level in most of the most famous countries in the world like US and India. So yeah, coming back, so Saturn when goes retrograde uh, in the nakshatra of Revati also would give people the energy wherein people will find out answers to their most burning questions, or they will find themselves relating or attaching themselves to interpretations about their own life where they were uh, thinking that God or universe works in a certain way, but actually they were always moving closer and closer towards the final understanding of how things work in this on a scientific level, which is like quantum physics or law of manifestations or um, how karma and things like that, right? Because Saturn is all about karma. So people were obviously understanding, like uh, after the epidemic, the COVID, people started understanding karma on a deeper level, like there's a karma, and so people were becoming more and more refined. So basically the consciousness of earth was moving towards like brightness or towards more love and light, wherein people were trying to be better in their own selves, whereas also looking at other people, because you also project your own energy on others. So when you become more pure and clean in your own mental space, that's what you actually project on others. So while Saturn represents the practical nuances of religion and practical nuances of God, divinity, enlightenment, because Saturn is a slow moving planet and Saturn is the farthest most from Earth. So it also means that, you know, thing like moksha, thing like birth and death, thing like past life, these are the things which are the least talked about, the least thought about, and it's the something which is very far away from our day to day, how we move in life day to day, and how the things that are mainly spoken over round table. like even a family dinner table. So these are the things that is mostly, even people talk about God and religion, but they will, or spirituality, but they will mostly try to avoid things like past life, or they'll try to avoid things like enlightenment or moksha. They will be like, hey, let's just keep it up to this level, let's not go that deep. So yeah, so Saturn represents all those things, like scratching below the surface, like going deep, going more towards the but Saturn has this one more quality, although it's deep and going to the what do you call it, the the bottom of the sea, like like touching the sea bottom, right? So uh, although Saturn has that quality, but at the same time Saturn is also about practicality, because Saturn represents karma, because right, you cannot just talk about spirituality and not do things. Like if you are knowledgeable, you need to give service to people. Like if I have some knowledge, I need to share it with the world. So that's about the practical aspect of having knowledge or wisdom. So if you are a doctor, you need to go and heal people or make people medically fit. So everybody is expected to do their karma. So Saturn is a very practical planet. So when it comes to understanding God, enlightenment, and religion, Saturn is not saying that, hey, let's just let it just be a theoretical or a prophecy or a theoretical stuff. Saturn will be a planet that will be like, hey, okay, if God is something, let's define it. If religion is something, let's understand it from the perspective of practicality. Like let's bring science in the context of this. So even the AI development, so even the development that we had in we are going through and we are having on each moving day, we see how AI is able to have the intelligence, the level. Sometimes we are just like moved with the kind of speed and the intelligence and the wisdom that a computer program like the chip, and it has the capacity of 100 brains and neurons and all the past and the history, everything is clubbed together, and it still has the intelligence to even understand what you're trying to say. What are the question, the nuances of the question, and your perspective, the human perspectives are also being added more and more. So even it has the capacity to understand things from the emotional and other perspectives, which is like a human, called human attribute. So even so so like the line which is so the line is getting blurred. The more we are moving towards more refined technology, we are in this world where technology has moved to a great extent, where AI is matching the capability of God. So this is like, because the practical, because Pisces is already about God and religion, and Saturn is about practicality. So we see a lot of scientific innovations happening, like which is making us feel like it's extraterrestrial or extraordinary. So because we are already almost headed towards such a future, where innovations which are equivalent to a miracle is already, we are seeing those kind of things. So while Saturn is moving through this zodiac of nakshatra of Jupiter, whereas Revati is ruled by, the nakshatra itself is ruled by Mercury, which is communication. So yes, we see this people coming and talking about all kind of things, depending upon what interests the person who is the creator. So we see a lot of communication happening over the social media, and people are naturally more inclined towards going and consuming that kind of content. So communication is the key, so because Revati represents communication. So anyway, social media was always there, but now social media is being used more and more to educate people on AI, and educate people on whatever they need to know, whatever is their stumbling block. So in terms of that, how is this nakshatra Revati, the last nakshatra, which is moksha, so enlightenment, and how God? So yeah, so going a level ahead than karma is about enlightenment, about moksha. So I will. So what coming to the conclusion of whatever I was trying to make you understand is that when person is moving, uh, when the Saturn became retrograde, it's like going inwards. So while Saturn was directs and people were trying to achieve more, do more, do more karma, go outwards, put their effort, and putting effort on the outside of the things to maintain or achieve the things in your personal sphere, your career, or your relationship. While Saturn coming retrograde is moves the energy more towards the inward. So going and thinking, or going and finding out, like meditating or contemplating, or basically uh, uh, what do you call it, mindfulness. So so an aspect of mindfulness, like trying to be more internally aware, trying to be more aware about why could you not achieve that space that you wanted to achieve in your career, why could you not have the relationship that you wanted, why could you not, uh, if you always knew that you are meant to be ultra rich, or you're meant to be very very rich, or for some people rich, why could you not achieve that already? Why could you, what was the stumbling blocks, where were you going wrong? So now that you have already done everything on the outside, even for spiritual people who wherein they depend on God and certain uh, divine forces or certain other things to help them achieve what they want, like I'm not just talking about money, career. For somebody it could be a relationship, for somebody it could be their dream car, dream job, or whatever, or for somebody it could be their dream, like whatever whatever they expect in their business to happen, whatever stakes or whatever levels that they want to achieve in their business. So even if it is something linked to their spirituality, now is the time when they tried everything on the outside. Now is the time when they tried everything on the outside and it did not work. Now is like they are attributing themselves that whatever they knew was less, whatever they knew was not foolproof, whatever they knew was not leak proof. So basically they understand that there was something wrong in their understanding about religion and God. There was something wrong, the way that they were approaching relationship. There was something wrong the way that they were even expecting their partner to uh, even behave a certain way wherein they were not. And while they had been attributing that God was not completely uh, right with them, like God has not been kind, or God has not been uh, fair, now that they know, now that the Saturn moves retrograde is like showing people, or giving them the mindset or the understanding that there's nothing wrong with the fairness that God leads the world with. There's nothing wrong. Even there was nothing wrong what they thought and did as of now. But now Saturn is ready to give you the real meat, or the real crux of the whole capacity that the Saturn can bring. When it goes retrograde, it can make you move inward and understand. Even since Pisces and the last nakshatra, so it can make you feel enlightened, and it can give you the enlightenment, like the final mantra, like equal to MC square, or like the Tesla, uh, like 369, the Tesla whatever. Okay, so I'm not talking about Tesla 369 affirmation that's already over the internet everywhere, that I'm not talking about that, but basically something, however your brain, your mind, your personality understands it, whatever breakthrough that you needed for you to actually go and pick up what was it that you were missing out. For everybody it will be different. For every person it is going to be different in the way that he was uh, not able to live up to that manifestation or affirmation. So I'm not even talking about affirmations. I'm Yeah, but definitely I'm talking about manifestations. How whatever you were doing, there was something, because what was not right was not something that you need to do it on you need to do it on the outside. So it's not about the effort that you were not putting on the outside. It was more towards how you were internally aligned with yourself. It was more towards whether you whether whatever you were seeking on the outside or trying to manifest on the outside, you were doing everything externally to manifest it, but there was something wrong with your own internal. uh, Basically the right word would be your own internal tweaking, your own internal alignment. So you need to understand, because you must have heard that you will only attract that which you feel is right. If you think that you should be rich is not, then you're not going to be rich. If you think that you deserve abundance, then you're not going to be abundant. If you already feel that you're abundant, if you already feel that that you deserve a loyal partner, if you already feel that uh, you are good enough, if you already feel that you are already abundant, if you feel that no, my business uh, I will find investors, or my business will be moving right. If you feel that, if you feel this is who I am, so it's not even about planning, doing, moving towards that goal on the outer. Yes, it's obviously you will be doing that, because it will not happen without it. So obviously your own internal alignment even helps you move quickly, move fast in your whatever decisions that you are making, or whatever investments that you're making. So that's quite uh, goes along. But what I'm trying to say is that Saturn, when moves retrograde in Pisces, will help you to go inwards, because it will not happen if you don't go inwards. It's not going to happen even if you just keep on watching videos or reels or scrolling through. It's not going to happen. You need to actually sit down with yourself, maybe in a dark room, make the room dark, sit alongside yourself, go internally and feel that whatever you feel or think that you should have this in your life is not sufficient enough that you think and feel think or feel entitled to. Like, you feeling entitled to something just because you think that way is not sufficient. Your subconscious should be programmed on the same damn level, because you need to go and do those internal tweakings, so that next morning when you wake up, you just don't feel that that is something far away from you, and you have to go and get up and do things to achieve it. No, when you get up next morning, you should feel that you are already that which you want to have be. So even there's no I want to be, it's like I'm already there. So I'm already having that relationship, I'm having that loyal partner, I'm having the funds that I need for my business to run, I'm having the right business with me. So obviously, for if this video came to you and you are absolutely new in your career, then this video will still help you. But maybe you need to traverse through few more years, because ultimately everything will not happen to you right when you start. But what I'm trying to tell you is that yes, if you've already worked for good amount of years, you've already worked for 10 years, 15 years, in your career and you already have your path known to you, if you've already um, lived your path, worked and traversed your path, jumped, uh, pivoted many times on a different scenarios, sometimes from job to job, sometimes from business to business, sometimes from one business, one industry to another business, another industry, going from retail to e-commerce or whatever. Okay, so you take it how it works for you, take it how it resonates with you, so you can you can think about your thing, so whatever you are into, right? So that being said, I think what I'm trying to say is internalized, practical, yet spiritual, and something related with your manifestations and your understanding of God and blessings, and your understanding of how your skills can help you. So because ultimately 12th house is also the house of your inner talents. So if you have not been working on your inner talent, if you've not been working on your knowledge, if you're not uh, going out doing things, if you're not going out building what you want to build, so that's a clear message that you should go and build what you want to build. You should go and do what you want to do. But even uh, in spite of that, uh, go do it. But before you go do it, know that you are already what you want to build. You are already who you want to be. You're already who you you're already who you wanna uh, who who you see yourself in the future. You're already that. Okay, so that's the whole message of Saturn in Pisces retrograde. So I thought of doing a tarot reading for my collective, but I think since this video has already gone uh, 41 minutes now, so let me just think if I should or shouldn't. Maybe I'll keep it to another video, but I think the spirit is asking me to take out few cards and see how the cards resonate with this reading. So uh, let's just take few cards also. Just give me a minute. Okay, so guys, we'll be taking out few cards, and this will be first. I mean, the same card will resonate for people who are looking for career guidance also, and the same card will also be uh, directing you uh, or guiding you towards your relationship issues as well. Okay, so spirit divine, what do you want my collectives to know? And since this is more about Saturn retrograde in Revati, or the last nakshatra of Pisces, so I will choose the title for this video likewise. Let's see what spirit has to say. Okay, okay, this card won't come. Okay, great, so I have the cards now. Okay, okay, so the first card we got was the Lovers card. So anyway, I think most of my collective wants to know about their love relationship, right? So let's see how spirit moves me through these cards and the message that needs to come out. Six of Pentacles in upright, King of Cups in the reverse, Four of Cups, and Nine of Wands. Okay, so guys, we had Lovers, and then we had Six of Pentacles upright and King of Cups in reverse, Four of Cups in upright and Nine of Wands in upright. Okay, So so what I see is like you guys are going to get your if your payment was, one second, everything's fine. So if your payment, if you're expecting your money to arrive, like some payment that was kind of stuck, or if you're expecting a raise in your salary or a job change or a better job or a better opportunity in your work scenario, so that is coming in. The lover, your soulmate, uh, your right person, who is someone from your past life, is about to come in. With the King of Cups in reverse, is like, again, this is telling me that there's healing that needs, another level of healing needs to be done. So basically you are someone, King of Cups is someone who is out there giving out that cup of love to somebody, who is invested emotionally, whom he is invested emotionally into, or mentally also. So basically, reverse tells that this is the time that you need to go inwards and fix whatever the alignment is not there. So I told you that something will be there, as I've already spoken, or whatever came along this guidance or this video. So yes, King of Cups in reverse is your need to go inwards and give that cup of love to yourself first. So feel that you're not only entitled, but you are that love that you want to manifest in your life. So you are not different from what you seek. And yes, this Lovers and Six of Pentacles is like telling uh, the right person or the right opportunity in your work, or the right person that you feel that can understand your, that can understand how you function in this world, like who can appreciate the kind of work that you do, will be the right person for you. So basically, this both card coming together is also saying that you may meet someone from your workplace, like you both have a similar kind of a career, you both understand and value whatever you bring to this, you whatever you bring to the table. So basically, that person will be able to understand and appreciate your work, uh, could belong to the same kind of works, could belong to the same industry or same office, same job, same company, or you met them while uh, while working, or going online trying to know and learn more about your stuff, your job, your career, you came across this person. So that is also the message. So Four of Cups, uh, so you might have met them in a community that is related to your work that you do. It could also be virtual. That's not a limiting factor. So Four of Cups and Nine of Wands. So guys, no need to go after somebody who is not appreciating, uh, or who is hesitant. Like, this is also telling about the hesitation or kind of protecting their own boundaries, and also this is like not accepting. So basically, someone who is trying to uh, keep themselves protected in their own boundaries, and they feel that this offer that you are giving to them is not is might be uh, might not work in their favor in the long run or in future. They feel kind of challenged, or they feel that they might end up uh, destroying, or they might end up screwing something that they've already built. So they're kind of hesitant, or they are not willing enough to sacrifice what they have already built, because the sun, because the last card is was the bottom of bottom of the deck, the sun in reverse. So again, like I already told you, it already came on my uh, my speech. So was like, this person is hesitant because sun in reverse. So this person feels that whatever they have already built, or whatever protection they have from the family, or so you might be this third person, or they are already married, or this person is already married, and they might feel that, while you also look very lucrative to them, your offer looks lucrative to them. They know that you're doing good in your life. They know that uh, you're already outshining. You're already there, out and shining, and you're already outshining other people also. So you might be doing good, but they just don't feel, they're not that risk taker. They don't want to take a risk with you at this moment, because they might feel that certain things that they've already built, certain support systems like family or the social setup, like going away from the social norms, like breaking up with their current partner or their marriage, in order to remarry you after getting divorced, is something that they're not considering right now. So again, this is the person one that is not coming as. So this was the person one being talked about, that a new person is coming in, and this is the person two, which is also already leaving your life right now. They are moving. The spirit or god is drifting, or driving them away, clearing the path for you to enter a new relationship. This new lover whom you have met online virtually is the more energy that I can feel, that you've already met, they've already seen each other online, you already met, but it's just that maybe you have not interacted on a personal level. You must have interacted on a community level, like in the office setup, where you you two were not talking privately, but it was more of a uh, like your office people were already there, so other people were also there. It was more of a community talk, or so you have exchanged you've exchanged talks, you've exchanged uh, hi hellos and all that. So apart from that, I see this person coming in very soon, and they are at your level. I also feel that, yeah, one more thing I am getting is like, this person will not hesitate to spend on you. They will not hesitate. They are doing good in their life, they're growing, and they have more money than they need, or maybe they just have enough and little bit more. So they'll spend on you. They don't mind spending on you. And they also feel that, you are someone from their past life. They feel that they feel that they feel a very soul to soul connection with you. They feel that you can be their their person whom, uh, like, they've been with many people already in their life. So you both are at this stage of the life when you both have had enough number of years, that you met a lot of people virtually also, and in your real life also. You've been with different people, different relationships, different people, but and you've been with really good looking and the most sought after exes. So you've been with different kind of people in your relationship, but something uh, did not turn the ball. So basically, something did not work out for you, because so right now you both are almost on the same page, wherein you don't want yourself to be investing financially or emotionally, more so emotionally, with a person who don't have that integrity, the loyalty, or the standards that you are actually looking for in a person. So the looks, one second. So it's not about only the looks, but you want the full package. So what I am hearing from the spirit is like, you guys, you both are on the same level. So you both want the full package. Like, this person You want this person to be having everything that at least you need. You don't want this person, you're not dependent, like right now you are in a stage in your career that you're not dependent on anybody, or you don't want anybody to come and take your baggages, right? So you are independent and this person is also independent. You are doing good and this person is also doing really good. So one of you might be little, or maybe you both are on the same level. So but what I can really feel from this vibration or vibes that I'm getting, or what I can actually see is like you both complement each other absolutely perfectly well, and very soon you're going to be talking with each other privately also, apart from the office or community public talk. So the reason why you both will gel together, or why the reason why you absolutely are just perfect and good for each other is because will feel you'll not feel neglected or misunderstood, because you both belong to the same work culture, work uh, work scenarios, or work background. So you'll feel understood and appreciated for the kind of work that you do. So uh, that's one thing. You both are financially capable and independent, yet you both will be willing to spend on each other, or even give them gifts, or even take their baggages on your own. Like you would want to do it for them, although they don't need it. You don't need it, or they don't need it, but still you will like to take certain. So this is a very high chance that this might be your ultimate person that you would want to get married also. So there are, I think for 80% of the people, that 80 to 85%, 80% at least, for 80% of people, I feel that this is the person whom you would want to get married, and you would uh, travel to long distances if you are in a different country right now, or even if you are on a different state, different city from the same country, nation. So you would travel from one part of the country to another part of the country, or even sometimes you would just travel to another country, or this person travels to you, or you travel to them to meet and decide to get married. And this might take some time, but you would eventually uh, talk and try to uh, bridge the gap and be together, and appreciate each other's life, and appreciate each other's life, and make it really absolutely worth worth being admired by lakhs and lakhs of people who would watch you from far. They might not even know you, but once this person is beside you and you put something on social media, and it will move uh, it will move heads of thousands and lakhs of people. Although you might try to keep this as private, is what I can feel from your energies, that you would want to keep this relationship or this marriage as private as possible. But still it would turn heads. Even your family members will be like really amazed, like, oh my god, this is the person that you got married to, and we never knew that you would marry this person from a different culture altogether. You would marry a person from a different culture or different background. There will also be age gap. So like your own family, your own friends will be like totally amazed, like how could you, like where did you find this person, how could you you being in this place and they being from a completely far city or country. How, when did you, like they'll be asking you questions like, how did you meet, like how did you came to know each other, like when did you travel to this country, like how did you meet them, and you'll be like, okay, you would not even want to tell them how you met and all that stuff. But anyways, so this person is the last thing that I'm getting is like, you both look very attractive and you both are very good looking, and you both will be kind of complementing each other so well that this is like this will be like a dream come true, nothing less, nothing more. This will be like a dream come true for you. So whatever you have been expecting in your partner in terms of their looks, how their body is, and how their looks are, how they put their hairs, and how they talk, their 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 gaze, like how they want their gaze to be, those kind of things. So also in terms of their spiritual strength, so since Saturn is in Pisces, so absolutely this has to be a spiritual connection. And mostly if you are my collective, and my readings on my channel is more about spirituality and spirituality, and obviously this is more about attuned and aligned to people who are more spiritual, and uh, the people who tend to have, maybe have suffered previously in their relationship because they are more giving in nature. So if you have been a person who is a giver, and you attracted people who were only into extracting or taking from you, so basically, if you have been a giver, and if you have been someone who has been wearing your heart on the sleeves, and yet you could not find the right match, so this will especially align with you, because right now this person with the Saturn in Pisces in retrograde, wherein you are getting more and more refined to almost towards your enlightenment stage, you're going to meet someone who is on that same level. So you're going to meet a person who is enlightened, who is spiritually attuned, spiritually aligned, who understands things like karma, and who understands like what the value of loyalty, the value of spirituality, the value of how being with the right person is going to enrich your life, rather than going after like uh, like mm, not going after those kind of things, which is not long lasting, obviously. Like you're not uh, if you are going through this reading, there's more probability that you are someone who do not appreciate qualities that in a person that will not be appreciated in the long run. So something that is just very uh, the lower chakra stuff, like only not looking into the heart of someone, like just looking at their physical beauty. But like what I'm trying to say is like, this will be a dream come true, because this is not just on the level that they are beautiful, because you've already been rejecting people who are just beautiful and who are just like having a good photogenic face or a model like personality, but you know deep down that this is not my person, because you want the heart of a gold. You want the person to have a spiritual understanding. You want the person to be on your level, wherein you know that they should also be an empath. They should also be able to appreciate the things that is right in you, and you don't want just a verbal appreciation. You want that person to match your level. You want that person to come and give you that soul satisfaction, wherein that person is also willing to invest themselves spiritually and mentally, and give you that feelings that you want, give you that space in the relationship. uh, Build that space within the relationship, where you both nurture each other, you both nurture each other from the energy. You both nurture each other from uh, the love and the loyalty that you have, how you carry the other person in the space in your life, how you build it, the relationship wherein you carry this space where the other person gets enriched, uh, every on every aspect, on emotionally, mentally, and financially. So that was it, guys. So hope this reading was, I felt this reading was really good and amazing. So let me know in the comments how you felt about this. Definitely like, share, and comment. If share it with someone you feel this reading is going to massively help them, or maybe even help them with their understanding of astrology secrets or even tarot. So apart from that, do like it in order to be exchanging energy, so that this is also kind of claiming this energy, so that it also manifests in your life in real time. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So down below you can see if you have subscribed or not. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and share it with your friends or anyone you know would be really helpful for them to go through this. And that's all, guys. So see you in the next divine message, and whatever spirit wants to bring for you. So when I say spirit, so definitely in the tarot realm, it's more about God, divine, and the divine forces, the God, whatever you call it. Uh, I would like to call it spirit because it's already a common term being used by most tarot readers, and I want to stick to the same. So, uh, so that's all, guys. So see you. Have a great time. Take care of yourself, and take care of yourself. Have a great time, and tune in more so to find out my and come across my new readings. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.